you're working in the garden any amount of time, any few hours a week, you know what a toll it can take on your hands. If you're going to be applying moisturizer and salve to your hands, you might as well make your own with the calendula flowers that you have in your garden. Bring on the healing. You might be asking yourself at this point, why do I want to make my own salve? Well, here are 9 reasons, just off the top of the internet's head, why you might want to make your own. And the last one's a fancy word for microplastics. They put in for exfoliants. So yeah, know what you're putting in your skin, and it's easy to do as well. It doesn't really take up any of your time. So let's collect some of these flowers before they start wilting to dry. Best time to harvest your calendula will be in the morning after the dew dries and the flowers open up. And collect the green base as well, because in the green base holds a lot of resins and oils. Here I'm putting a bunch of flowers into a paint strainer that I use for making compost tea and worm tea. I just chuck it in a nice, cool, dark spot and give it a toss every once in a while. And here I'm putting it on my little sifter because I thought it looked nice like that. I just put them away and forgot about them for 6 to 8 weeks. So I finally finished some honey from a neighboring island called La Palma. Finished the honey, washed the jar, and I'm gonna see how much I can fill this up. It's essential to make sure your flower heads are fully dried, because if not, any extra moisture in them could cause the carrier oil to go rancid and even grow mold in your jar. Don't want that. Now there are a ton of different options you could use for carrier oils depending on your needs and what you like, but I'm using extra virgin cold pressed olive oil right here from Spain. So I'm just filling up the jar, and I'm just going to make sure that I get all the air bubbles out of there before I put it away in a cool, dark place for 6 to 8 weeks as well. Get that lid on there securely, and what I did was I just wrapped it in the paint strainer that I dried them in to keep the little critters in the shed off, and put it away. The next step while you're waiting for your oil, in case you don't have some already, is pick up some beeswax. Got it in these pellets. Come in handy, easy to melt. So I weighed out 28 grams or 1 ounce for each batch that I'm going to make. And through the magic of YouTube, 8 weeks have passed and it's go time. Let's make this salve. Well, it smells great. So I'm straining it through the paint strainer and also a little metal strainer I have here in the kitchen. Look at the color of that oil. Olive oil that we buy is usually green, but this is taking on the color of, you guessed it, the calendula flowers. Here I'm using 250 milliliters, which is just a little above a cup, and the 28 grams of beeswax I melted in a double boiler first. This only takes about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm using a wooden spoon just in case there's some kind of reaction with metal. Now it's time to take the beeswax off and slowly stir in your oil mixture. Now the beeswax will start to harden again. That's okay. We're just going to put it back on the double boiler and bring it down to a melt again. Now here at this point, if you'd like, you could add some essential oils like peppermint or lavender to change the scent of the oil a bit. It smells like beeswax and calendula oil, and it's It's really nice, but you could always add an essential oil of your choice at this point. Don't add too much though, maybe 10 to 20 drops for the entire batch. Do it little by little. You can always add more, you can't take it away. Okay, let's give it a try here. What's the difference between a salve and a balm? Well, a salve has less beeswax in it, and a balm has more. A balm works more like a protector, and a salve absorbs better. That feels nice. Here's the peppermint that I used. It added a really nice little scent. Thanks for watching, and you'll find the measurements in the description. And leave a note in the comments if you've tried it and if it worked for you. And if you've done something differently, let me know. All right, garden on.